Today we shall study about a impulse reaction turbine. As the name itself indicates, it utilizes the principle of both impulse and reaction to produce the propelling force on the blades. It consists of series of moving blades attached to the rotor and a number of fixed blades attached to the casing. It consists of a number of stages, each stage consisting of a fixed blades and one row of fixed blades and one row of moving blades. The fixed blades will act as nozzles and they convert the pressure energy into kinetic energy. This kinetic energy generated is utilized on the moving blades. The high velocity jet of steam issuing from the fixed blades or nozzles will flow over the moving blades and will suffer a change in direction and hence momentum, giving rise to a impulse force which is proportional to rate of change of momentum. In addition to that, we see that the moving blades in this, unlike the impulse turbine blades, are not of symmetrical shape but of aerofoil shape. So they are of converging nozzle type. When the steam passes through such blades, there is again a drop in pressure and there is a increase in kinetic energy of steam. This increase in kinetic energy of steam gives rise to a reactive force which is opposite to the added velocity. This reactive force will act on the moving blades. Thus, the force acting on the moving blades is the vector sum of impulse force and the reaction force. You can see this is the impulse turbine, the impulse force, and the reaction turbine reaction force, and this is the resultant force acting on the blades. And we are seeing that pressure energy continuously, pressure and velocity variations along the turbine is shown here. You see that pressure energy goes on decreasing from inlet to outlet. It increases in both in fixed blades and as well as moving blades. And velocity of steam increases in the fixed blades or nozzles. It is utilized on the moving blades. Again, it increases in the fixed blades, and so on. And we can see here the fixed blades are attached to the casing and moving blades are attached to the rotor. The combined velocity diagram is shown here in the figure. We will define a degree of reaction is defined for a reaction turbine. Degree of reaction is defined as isentropic enthalpy drop in the moving blade divided by isentropic enthalpy drop in the moving blade plus isentropic drop in the fixed blades. That is isentropic enthalpy in the moving blade divided by total isentropic enthalpy in this stage, which consists of both moving blade and the fixed blades. Then some assumptions we have made. For each stage consisting of a fixed blade and a moving blade, C1 and C2 values and CR1 and CR2 values are same. Then since there is a drop in pressure and gain in kinetic energy while moving over the moving blades, CR2 is greater than CR1. Then one more point is velocity of steam leaving the moving blades is C2. This velocity, this is the velocity of steam. It then enters the fixed blades or nozzles, but due to gap between the moving blade and the fixed blades, the velocity of steam actually striking the nozzles or flowing over the nozzles is not C2 but it is phi C2, where phi is called as a carryover coefficient. So then if neta n is the efficiency of the nozzle, neta n is equal to kinetic energy gain in the fixed blades divided by isentropic enthalpy drop in the nozzles. it is equal to C1 square minus 5C2 square divided by delta H, 2 delta H isentropic. Therefore, delta H isentropic equal to C1 square minus 5C2 square by 2 neta n. Now, from outlet velocity triangle, find C2 square. What is C2 square from outlet velocity triangle? C2 square equal to U square plus CR2 square minus 2U CR2 cos beta 2. Then taking CR2 square outside, it will be 1 plus U square by CR2 square is defined as rho 2. Then 2U CR2 divided by CR2 square. CR2 get cancelled. It will be 2U divided by CR2 is 2 rho 2 cos beta 2, where rho 2 is U by CR2. So this is the value of C2 square. Putting the value of C2 square in equation 2 for delta H isentropic equal to C1 square minus 5C2 square by 2 neta n. Using the substituting the value of C2 square, you will get delta H isentropic of value as given by equation number 4. Then similar to the nozzles or fixed plates, the actual available energy available at the inlet of the moving blades is not CR1 but it is phi CR1, where again phi is a carryover coefficient. Then if you will assume one more thing, for simplicity, assuming the nozzle efficiency is equal to the blade efficiency, then neta n equal to CR2 square minus phi CR1 square divided by 2 delta H isentropic B. Then delta H isentropic B equal to CR2 square minus phi CR1 square by 2 neta n. Again, from velocity triangle, inlet velocity triangle, CR1 square equal to C1 square plus U square minus 2U C1 cos alpha 1. See the diagram here. Inlet triangle, CR1 square equal to U square plus C1 square minus 2U C1 cos alpha 1. CR1 square equal to CR1 square equal to C1 square plus U square minus 2U C1 cos alpha. CR1 square equal to taken C1 common, C1 square as out common, 1 plus U square by C1 square is defined as rho square minus 2 rho cos alpha 1. Substituting the value of CR1 square in equation 5, we will get delta H isentropic blades equal to CR2 square minus 5 CR1 square divided by 2 neta n. CR2 square minus 5 C1 square 1 plus rho minus 2 rho cos alpha 1, equation 7. So thus in this way delta H isentropic B and result of nozzle you got. Then degree of reaction is in putting the value of delta H isentropic nozzle and delta H isentropic fixed blades in equation 1, you will get degree of reaction as this, equation number 8. Equation 8 gives degree of reaction for a impulse reaction turbine. Then we are also interested to find out work done. Work done per kg of steam is UCW. Work UCW. CW is CD plus DE is C1 cos alpha 1 minus U plus CR2 cos beta 2. Then I will go to the figure. It is C1 cos alpha 1 minus U plus U equal to C1 cos alpha 1 minus U plus CR2 cos beta 2. Then U into CW work done per kg of steam equal to U into CW. It is given by equation 10. Then gross stage efficiency. What is gross stage efficiency? Work done per kg of steam divided by energy and isentropic enthalpy drop in the stage. So work done per kg of steam is given by equation 10 divided by isentropic enthalpy of nozzle plus isentropic enthalpy of blades. equation 11. So this way, this gives the gross stage efficiency of a impulse reaction turbine. Okay, thank you.